afternoon, good evening, good whenever it is you're tuning in. Welcome to Ticket Price, Sara and Sly edition. That's right, episode 5, Sara and Sly. With you as always, co-host of the show and the voice, Jake, that's me, sitting across the way. Co-host extraordinaire, and the only man who thinks he's the real Buzz Lightyear. Oh, and all this time I thought it was an act. Hey, Sara, look, it's the real Buzz Lightyear.
Wow.
Is it because my face is so fat? Buzz Lightyear has a fat ass face.
Okay, do me a favor and say to infinity and beyond.
To infinity?
No, shut up. Don't finish that statement. Don't finish that statement. That's so copyrighted. Shut up. Shut up. No.
And Bed Bath and Beyond.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Tevis at Master Control. Tevis, how are you, sir?
Man, I'm sweaty. I am
always sweaty.
Sweaty. Plus, I've had like a pot of coffee already, so.
Quit drinking so much coffee.
I love it. It's great. It keeps me going.
Well, already having chimed in and spoiling the surprise, with us on occasion, here physically, but mentally, still back in 2013 at the height of the sexy teen vampire craze.
That's
Sara
true.
in the guest chair.
That
Sara,
is
how are you?
actually true.
I know, and it's really disappointing. I really wish you'd grow the
Wait,
hell up.
Were you Team Edward?
No, I actually
You were Team Jacob?
No, I wasn't team anybody.
You
I
Team
was
Bella?
I was team Bella, get the frick out of there.
Don't say frick.
Okay.
It's
All right.
Don't. Okay. If
Another
you're
tangent.
if
Here
you're
we go.
going to swear, then swear.
I'm not going
If you're
to
not
swear,
going to
though.
swear, don't swear.
Okay.
Don't say frick.
It's freaking annoying. Jesus.
See, though, you're saying frick like you want to swear. Then just swear. When people are just golly gosh darn. Holy moly! Shut up.
Cheese and crackers.
Get the fuck out.
Jinkies. God.
If you're gonna swear, swear.
How's that donut?
Really good.
I could tell you're making out with it over there.
Oh my gosh.
Quit licking the hole.
Well, I do with my donut.
And it's a chocolate covered donut. It just,
It's 2024. Mind your business. We lick buttholes now.
Oh. Mm.
When I was a child,
I would rather lick buttholes than watch this movie again.
Oh, you're giving content
Oh,
away.
sorry.
Tevis.
Sorry, that's
when I was a child, lick my asshole was a
Derogatory.
comment. Now it's an invitation. How times change.
hey, you can do whatever we want now. It's fine.
What are we doing today?
There are no rules. We can do whatever we want.
I really don't want to know what you guys want to do in your free time.
I can't see.
His eyes have, oh my God, his eyes have crossed so significantly that he can no longer see forward.
Glasses are fogging up.
He's thinking about licking brown holes. I'm dying, don't mind me.
What are we doing?
All right, episode 5 of Sara and Sly.
Every time you do that, I can see out of the corner of my eyes Sarah tilting her head back and forth.
Dreamily.
Well, episode 5 brought to us by listener request. Kenneth. Thank you again, Kenneth, as if I needed your advice. Who is this man who speaks to me as if I needed his advice?
He called you the voice of the show, so I think you should show a little respect.
I've been calling myself the voice for like 6 months. It's about time someone picked up on my self-appointed nickname. It's
Settle down, Triple H.
It's like in Seinfeld when George wanted to be called T-Bone. So he's just trying to get everyone to call him T-Bone.
No idea.
He's at work and they're ordering lunch. He's just like, I think I'll get a T-Bone. That's me. I love T-Bones. T-Bone. T-Bone. It never. So then some other guy orders T-Bone and they're like, oh, why are you getting? He's like, I love them. Well, then we should call you T-Bone. So then it was not George, but the guy sitting next to George.
I just punched the microphone. I'm sorry.
Please don't do that. It's bad for the equipment.
So's donut fragments.
No. I am not spraying anything. I bought them I'm going to eat them. This was the last of our show's petty cash, so enjoy it.
I didn't know we had petty cash.
You're not a full-time member of the show. You don't get to know our financial situation. If you wish to know the financial situation, be here more than once a month. Now,
Put on a jumpsuit and go out and catch ghosts with us.
I didn't know we were doing that.
we do a lot of things on the show that you don't know about because you're not here full-time. What?
Now,
What? Oh,
Wow.
back to Kenneth's suggestion of Oscar. Released in 1991. Written by Claude Magnier, Michael Berry, and Jim Mulholland.
3 writers.
3 writers. Wait a minute. Now, hold on. Let me pause here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, isn't this based off of a play?
It is based off the play by Claude.
Oh, okay. So never mind.
Magnier,
Magnolia.
Magnesium.
It's not either of those.
It's not.
Magnier. So it does beg the question. Did he actually help write this, or are they just giving him writer's credit?
I'm going to say writer's
Because
credit.
if it's writer's credit, then it's not really 3 writers. We've covered this caveat before.
Yes, we have.
Directed by our man, who was one of the 3 writers for the movie Clue, the director of Michael Jackson's Thriller, John Landis.
Yeah. He also did Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Ooh. Ooh.
But he did Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
But then he also did Blues Brothers 2000.
But he also did Animal House.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
But he also did American Werewolf in London.
Which one is that one?
The very first one.
Michael J. Fox?
No, that's Teen Wolf.
Oh, okay.
The one with the amazing wolf transformation.
With Michael J. Fox?
No, that's Teen Wolf.
Oh, okay. Wait, which one do they play basketball in?
That's Teen Wolf.
Okay. Got it.
You made fun of me for being in my teen vampire phase. I think you're in your teen wolf phase.
No, it's
Yes, literally Teen Wolf. He even has a physical copy of Teen Wolf 2.
to be fair,
Jason Bateman.
I do like Jason Bateman. It's not a werewolf thing. It's a Michael J. Fox thing.
Oh.
I went to an antique shop a while ago, and I was just looking around.
I don't know if you're telling a real story, if you're setting up for some kind of joke.
No, I am. I'm telling a real story.
Okay.
And I found this actual film reel with actual movie on it. I was like, man, this would be cool. I would love it. It had the metal case and everything. And I opened up the case and I was looking at it, and on a sticky note, it said the film Teen Wolf 2. And I was like, nope, put it back.
It's no longer cool.
And you went, and that's why it's here. You didn't find, the lost cut of Raiders of the Lost Ark or something.
Yeah, I would have been happy with Teen Wolf 1, but Teen Wolf 2 was like, nope.
Okay, be honest though. For what a cool find that is. Just an actual movie film in the can.
Yeah.
I imagine that bar has got to be pretty low to pass on just to physically have the item.
Yes.
But Teen Wolf 2 didn't
Teen
cut
Wolf
it.
2, no. I think it was like $80. And I was like, man, I would pay $80 for that. Hang it up in the studio. That would be really cool. And then, I was like, nope. So I wouldn't want somebody to come down here and go, oh my God, what movie's on there? I'd have to lie to them. I'd be like, it's the original cut of Goodfellas. Yeah. And then they get to look and I'm like, when was Jason Bateman in Goodfellas, you lying bastard?
Well, first of all, we wouldn't let them look at it. That the light would damage the reel.
True.
You monster.
But still.
No, okay. Just write Teen Wolf 2 on some masking tape. Put it on the can, right on the front so people know. And then we just kind of tear off the 2 like, oh, we mistore our masking tape.
Oh, no, it wore off.
Now it just says Teen Wolf, and we just haven't gotten around to fixing it.
I like that idea. I should have done
See?
it. I bet it's still there.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Teen Wolf is happening.
Are we talking about Teen Wolf or are we
We're
talking
about to. You want to talk about Michael J. Fox? I want to talk about Michael J. Fox. Family ties up in this motherfucker. He's no Mel Gibson, but I do like me some Michael J. Fox. All right. Back to Oscar. Based off the play, we talked about that, starring Sylvester Stallone, Marissa Tomei, super young Marissa Tomei, and Tim Curry, who I could not identify his age in this film because
young.
Tim Curry
Is ageless.
Yeah, but not ageless in like a
Good way.
John Stamos way. He's ageless in like a he's always
Like
looked.
Robert Duvall.
Shots fired at Mr. Duvall. He just has always looked middle aged, and then but he eventually got old enough to where his looks his age finally caught up to his looks, and he looked fine. And then he got older, but he never really looked older. So it's like, oh, it's 65. Oh, he doesn't look a day over 47. It's just the problem was when he was 18, he didn't look a day over 47. See, so he had to catch up to it. So I have no idea how old Tim Curry is supposed to be in this movie, or how old he actually is in this movie.
Young-ish.
Is he?
He looked young-ish.
Did he?
I think he looked younger than he did in Clue.
No, false.
False?
False. I disagree. I think he looked better in
Tevis,
Clue.
you want to look that up on your little computer doohickey over there?
Sure. What am I looking
You're
at?
trying now. You're stealing my jokes and you're doing them bad. Please don't. This is why you don't get catchphrases, and you definitely don't get to use my jokes. That's absolutely not okay.
I would think I've offended the voice, Tevis.
Yes. I bought donuts.
And you're eating them all.
I bought them. Why don't you go watch while you were sleeping and be quiet?
Zing!
You don't get a catchphrase. Don't zing. Stop it.
They call me T-Bone.
That's right. T-Bone. Because I love them. All right. This movie was made for an estimated $35 million.
Wow.
I want to put a pin in that because
Cast.
someone helped me remember because we're going to come back to that later. With a worldwide gross of $23.5 million. $23.5 million, making it our second biggest financial loss of the show. The first being The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which I don't want to talk about anymore because it makes me angry.
As a single tear rolls across his cheek.
Have a donut. You'll be happy.
I will, because they're from our local donut store that actually make them fresh every morning, and they're delicious.
That is Daylight Donuts. Dun, 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 dun.
Ah.
It's 30 cents in the can right there.
I hate whatever you two. I hate whatever this is. Whatever this is going on this side of the table. I'm gonna need you to stop. Grumpy old bear.
I'm making it over the top funny, Jacob.
Yeah.
I almost spilled my Maxwell house.
Stop plugging sponsored donut. You shut up. And you shut up. At this church. I'm just saying, good to the last drop. Shut up. We are not currently sponsored. Although Maxwell House, if you would like a sponsor, Tevis does drink roughly an entire container of coffee a day.
Yeah, who uses the filter? I just put the actual container in there and poke a hole in the bottom and
awards. This movie had.
You laughing?
I will drag you both kicking and screaming over this finish line. Awards. 3 nominations.
Razzies.
Worst actor, Sylvester Stallone. Worst supporting actress, Marissa Tomei. Worst director, John Landis. And because I think it's funny, we're going to do the ratings right now, too.
Oh, okay.
Since we don't have reviews.
I bounced over there. I looked.
We all
I
heard
looked
it.
over the other direction and tried to hide it. It's that Maxwell house. Best part of waking up.
It's Maxwell in your.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored. Shut up.
I don't think that's their actual
No,
slogan.
it's not right.
Oops. Sorry.
No, that's Folgers.
Oh.
No, Maxwell House is good to the last drop. I made that joke already.
What were you saying about ratings?
I hate both of you. IMDb 6.5 with a Rotten Tomatoes of 11%.
Oh.
Now we are at a bit of a conundrum because this is not regular. These are not regular episodes. This is our special, side series.
Sly series.
Because
I'm sorry, what was that, Sarah? It's our Sly series.
Sly series.
What the hell did you just say to me? And you turned and looked at me as you said it. You're specifically trying to goad me into some sort of violent reaction, and it's working. I am at a conundrum because this would be officially the lowest overall rated movie we've ever covered. However, if we include it for that, then we have to open up the Sara and Sly series to all of our awards, meaning that hands down, far and away, Sylvester Stallone would be our Meredith Burton recipient. And I'm not okay with that. I'm fixing the ballot box. Much like the actual Oscars.
Huh.
I'm not okay with giving him anything. Except maybe a middle finger. So, Tevis, I'm mostly talking to you. Do we open this can of worms? Do we open this can of Maxwell House?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, suck it, Stallone.
Just because this is specifically Stallone. So it wouldn't be fair.
Well, far and away, the lowest overall rated Sara and Sly movie we've ever done.
Have you looked at the user reviews?
No,
on IMDb?
I always go past those. I try to find real ones.
They're overwhelmingly positive.
Oh, that's not surprising. Oh, the top ones are always 5 stars. Like when you scroll through and it's like, oh, this movie's a masterpiece.
I think that might have been one of the actual titles.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, huh?
But see, this is also why I never use random internet user reviews. I always try to find like published ones. If I wanted random meaningless idiot reviews, I could listen to Ticket Price. Which I do, because we need the listens.
Just an extra click.
That's right. It just plays on constant loop on my phone. All right. Are we ready to get started?
I think so.
I don't know if I'm ready. Can we just move on? Final thoughts.
Would you like a nice cup of coffee?
Nobody wants to hear or see me on coffee. As someone who does not ingest caffeine, nobody wants it. Nobody wants that.
It's good to the last drop. I'm just saying.
That's what Teddy Roosevelt said. All right. An old-timey car, a nice old-timey car, pulls up, door opens, Stallone exits with an entourage. What is wrong with Sylvester Stallone's face? We've been watching a lot of older Stallone stuff, and this is 91 Stallone after he had a lot of work done.
I feel like he's super fit during this period of time.
I feel like he looked pretty good in this movie.
I'm not talking about his fitness. I'm saying what is wrong with his face?
It looks like his face. I don't know what to.
He's had a lot of work done.
I just think that's him getting in super good shape, and because there was a few, like in Rocky, he was a little chubby. I mean,
whoa,
a
whoa,
little chubby in the face. I'm
yeah,
just saying.
chubby face.
Yeah,
So, well, maybe he had lipo to his face.
but then he started working out a little bit more.
Oh,
Kind of like what I've
finally
done.
got his fat ass
Yeah.
off the couch. Is that what you're saying, Tevis?
Yeah, off that knife riddled couch.
Wait,
Finally
did we
put some work in? Quit being such a lazy bum.
Yeah, bum.
Yeah, bum. No, I thought he looked fine.
I don't know. His face looked weird. It looked real like bulbous and plasticky. He kind of looked like handsome Squidward. What? You heard me. He looks like handsome Squidward. It's all just a little.
I thought that he looked really good in this movie.
You think he looks really good in every movie?
Yeah, but
you
he
have
was
a
wearing
weird
a
Stallone
white,
thing.
like suit in the beginning, and it was really classy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
he looked,
yeah,
he looked fabulous.
White guys can't pull off white suits.
That's
Stallone did.
is so untrue.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take fashion.
I couldn't pull it off. I would look like the Marshmallow Man.
Here comes Goodyear.
Remind me to get some tires, honey.
And when you need to get there safely, Goodyear tires.
And that's the Michelin Man, by the way.
What?
The tire thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's true.
If they want me to get it right, they'll pay me. I forgot what I was saying. They go into a house. We learn that Stallone's papa is dying. Oh, papa.
I've forgotten that Kurt Douglas was in this.
Yeah, they drug Kirk Douglas out of bed for this piece of shit.
I mean, he really did look like he had just like woken up.
In all honesty,
and was dying.
They drug him out of
dying.
his bed and put him in another bed.
They did no, that was his. They just picked his whole bed up and then moved it to the set. Stallone is doing a really bad Italian accent.
Yes.
I would like to just go ahead and offer Sylvester Stallone
An award.
What's his name? I forgot. We got rid of our board now.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. I couldn't remember Charlie Sheen's name. Where's our dry erase board with all of our notes?
It's behind me.
No, it's not.
Literally right here.
Oh, it's on the floor, tucked behind some furniture.
You know, I didn't even notice that this whole place was kind of reorganized until I looked this direction.
She looked to the left.
What are you doing,
Dr.
Loomis? Is that Michael? Michael! Michael! Can I just do this show by myself?
I've been looking for my car all evening,
That's true.
and it was just right there to my
the
left.
Well, he had kind of that droop eye going.
That's true.
It wasn't full Forrest Whitaker, but it was almost. And his left peripheral is not as strong as his right.
He looked like Sloth from The Goonies. Is that what you're saying?
I just said it wasn't that bad.
Oh,
It had to be that bad if he didn't see that car. He's fucking leaning on it when he screamed at those kids.
Loomis loves Michael. How awful is the Goonies, by the way?
Oh gosh. We're talking about the Goonies or we're talking about Oscar?
I will talk about anything to not talk about Oscar.
You guys are
God.
giving away content.
My God. That hurt.
So, Stallone dips in and out of a bad Italian accent. So not only is his accent bad, and he definitely gets the Charlie Sheen Award for worst accent, he can't maintain it either. This whole movie, he has it, then he doesn't have it. He has it, then he doesn't have it. And then about 3/4 of the way through, he just gives up entirely and stops trying.
He just does a Kevin Costner and is like, fuck it. I'm just Robin Hood with an English accent.
Yeah.
Without the English
Without
accent.
an English accent, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really irritating. It's almost like he can't act. Huh. Anyway. We do get to see Papa slap Angelo in the face a bunch of times, and I think that's funny. So basically what we have is Stallone plays Angelo. See, you thought he was going to be playing Oscar.
Mm.
But Oscar, the titular character, will play a pivotal role later.
Does he?
You just stepped on my joke.
Like a dog poo.
Yeah. 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 I'm sorry.
Anyone else smell burnt toast?
I think I'm in danger.
So, did this bother anybody else besides me?
You'll have to be way more specific.
About the title of the movie?
Oscar?
Yes.
We're not there yet.
We'll have to put a pin in that. Pin in that.
Pin in that.
Put a pin in that.
Pin in that.
Until later.
You'd think he'd be playing Oscar, but no. He plays Angelo, and Angelo is visiting his father on his deathbed. Come to find out, Angelo is a mob boss. He's basically Al Capone, but in New York, not Chicago. And Papa's dying and wants Angelo to go straight. But in 1991 terms, in mafia movie terms, that means live a life away from crime and to earn an honest living, not in 2024 terms of to not be a homosexual. It's important to clarify these things.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
And then slaps him a bunch in the face.
Yes, he does.
So we have a mafia boss whose dying father's last wish is for him to give up crime.
Yeah.
And this scene took 15 minutes.
It did take a while.
Yeah. Didn't he like die 3 times?
Yeah, he did. He like woke up and said,
And then wakes up just to slap his son.
yeah, and then he wakes up and like slaps his son and then dies.
And then comes back to slap him again.
Yeah.
Although I can respect the need to defy death solely based on the urge to slap someone. You need to slap someone so bad your soul returns to your body just long enough to fulfill that last need. And that spoke to me, I think, on a deeply religious level. Tevis, when I finally go, I'm going to need you around.
Okay.
We gave him 6 months. He just won't die. He starts to get a little sleepy. He slaps Tevis. I don't know.
He lived for 5 more years after that.
Oh my gosh.
So after we get the premise, we get the title card, which was a claymation song and dance.
Yes, it was. It was very surprising.
I did not see this.
Oh, you didn't?
On your bootlegged YouTube version?
This was not on the YouTube. Or maybe it was, and I just went into a coma. I don't know.
Okay, well, Sarah, you and I having watched an actual legally rented version.
This was legal.
Was it?
It was YouTube. I got this on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube.
Steal a car. You wouldn't steal a purse. Video piracy is not a victimless crime, Tevis. Won't someone think of the billionaires?
Yeah, I know. I'm taking
The
$3.
corporations are losing money.
The corporations, Tevis.
The corporations.
How are they going to buy another yacht? Damn it.
These are the questions.
I think you were the first person to rent Oscar off of Amazon in
Ever.
20 years.
No, I think I was the first person to rent Oscar off of Amazon. End of statement. This was the first movie I ever clicked to rent, and it just popped up a screen going, "Really?"
You sure about that? You sure about
And then
that?
I was like, "Yes," and then it popped up another one. Why? I'm like, "Mind your business."
Are you absolutely sure?
Well, now I'm no. But listener Kenneth wanted me to watch his movie.
It says, one moment while we blow the dust off of our DVD.
Well, see, Netflix Steve would have been on the ball.
Oh, I
but
know.
They got rid of Oscar. Actually, you know what? It might be safe to say Netflix never had Oscar.
I don't think they did.
Claymation song and dance title card, which I was hoping to get your opinions on, but you don't know what I'm talking
No.
about.
Okay, so what is the song that is playing? Because it's something very familiar and I can't remember the name of it.
I didn't write it down. I don't know.
But it's like the theme that plays throughout the entire movie. But it's
Oh, yeah. They paid money for a song.
one song.
Tevis is looking it up for us. So then it cuts to after the title card and the song and dance claymation. And the claymation, usually claymation weirds me out. I don't know why. certain things, like if it's old school claymation, like original King Kong, or like Jason and the Argonauts and like the skeletons, which we need to do Jason and the Argonauts at some point. That stuff's cool. Or if it's like ultra stylized and like a Nightmare Before Christmas, that's okay.
Yeah.
But when they just try to do like
cartoon version,
I don't know. And I don't even think it's all claymation. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's specifically British claymation weirds me out.
Oh,
like Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, I love Wallace
Or
and Gromit.
Or Chicken Run.
Chicken Run was so
I never
great.
watched.
It's got Mel Gibson.
Does it really?
Yeah.
He voices the main chicken.
Well, now I'm gonna have to watch it. The animation creeps me out. The claymation creeps me out. British claymation makes me uncomfortable.
Was the song you're talking about The Barber of Seville?
I think so.
Maybe. I don't
think
know.
It was.
Sing a few bars.
Da 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 da. I don't know.
It was basically like that, yeah, the whole time. Or anytime anything went crazy.
1 month later.
Yeah.
Much like this episode started a month ago. I'm aging poorly and rapidly.
You're not aging like Tim Curry?
No, I think I am aging like Tim Curry. I'm finally catching up. At least mentally, I'm finally catching up to my mental state of old-ass man. We learn that Angelo is finally given up crime. It's important to note, as we find out, Angelo has not given up it. So his father's been dead a month.
Mm-hmm.
He has still been doing crime for that month. He did not actually give up the crime until this morning.
I think he was getting his affairs in order for like an entire month.
Yeah, but with crime, doing crimes, being criminal.
Maybe not being active, but like moving money around and like
that's active.
Closing accounts and
that's active.
Wrapping stuff up.
Wrapping up bodies.
Or wrapping up bodies, or tying up loose ends.
Putting people into cement shoes.
Cement.
Not doing this.
Well, the tagline for this movie, it says, in crime and comedy, timing is everything. So he was waiting for the right time.
That's true. Oh, God. So, what we learn is also his nickname is Snaps.
Yeah.
Because he snaps at everyone like an asshole.
Yeah, that was annoying to me. I'm like, don't snap at me.
This way. I talk like a mushmouth idiot.
I'm surprised you didn't bash on his last name.
You mean Angelo Snaps Provolone? The Italian guy's name is Provolone?
He's a cheese.
Unless it's being said by Tim Curry's character, the linguist Provolone.
There you go.
Provolone.
So terrible.
Angelo Provolone.
Is it? I wonder if that was in the original play.
Why are you? Oh, 100% was. Why are you saying it all dreamily?
I'm not. I'm just saying.
You are.
I'm not.
You are. You're writing it in your middle school math book. You're just like, Sara Provolone. Sara Provolone.
Actually, it would be Sara.
I don't believe that.
Sara.
Sara. No, it wouldn't. What are you even talking about? Please regale us with your years of Italian. Please.
Just think that's what my name would be in Italian.
But she had lasagna last night. Okay, it's fine.
Spaghetti, actually.
It would be Lagna. Lagna Provolone.
Spagata.
That burnt toast smell is back.
I have the toaster in the tub if you're ready to. Whenever.
You know what? Put some bread in it for me. I'm going to go full Groundhog's Day.
Oh my gosh.
Groundhog.
Are we ever going to get through this movie?
Well, in all honesty, there's not a whole lot of detail to go through. It's like, so he runs from upstairs to downstairs. talks to this person, and then somebody yells at him, "I need to talk to you."
You don't know why he looks so fit. His cardio shape was never better.
Oh my god!
I haven't seen a person run this much in a movie since Tim Curry in Clue or anything that Tom Cruise has ever done.
He ran more than Forrest Gump.
Oh my god!
So my father died one day. I just felt like running. And the Charlie Sheen Award for worst goes to this guy.
Oh man!
The voice, eh?
Stop putting accents over vowels. No one cares about your Ubers or your umlauts or whatever else you're putting above your letters. Stop it. Okay.
I'm doing that from now on.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm not saying anything.
Shut up. Shut up. So, Angelo has it set up. He has a meeting today at noon with a bank. And he is going to basically invest his fortune into the bank, which we also learned subsequently buying them out of the, debt they're in. Because, the banks weren't insured at this point in time and they're going under and it's a real bad situation. And in exchange for this, he will be on the board of directors. He's going to be a banker. Except there's a knock at the door. And a young man comes in, really needing to speak to Mr. Provolone. But Provolone's still asleep because it's only like 8:30 because he has the same sleeping habits as Sarah, you child.
Yep.
I'm jealous.
If I don't have to be up until 9, I'm not getting up till 9. It's just the facts.
She says, dreaming of children. She wants to have children, Tevis. She thinks she's going to stay up till 9 or sleep in till 9.
I didn't ever say that was my expectation. I'm just living in that right now.
Enjoy it while you can.
Stop making me make the sound. It hurts now. Are you hawking a loogie? What was that?
No, it's a Luigi.
No, that's Mario's brother. And yes,
we've got it. We've got the snort bus.
Oh,
and I know it picked up because it went red every time she snorted.
Jeez.
Oh,
could we not?
I'm so sorry.
Can you not? It's a... Shut up, Tevis. A young man knocks on the door. God damn it.
We're like 10 minutes into...
I know, but I don't want to do this blow for blow.
Oh,
that's
no.
Fine. That's
Okay.
Fine.
The man knocks on the door. His name is Anthony. Anthony wishes to talk to Mr. Provolone. He wakes him up early. No, so, okay. Really getting into it. So, we learn, this movie, again, it's based off the play, and the play utilizes a lot of classic early play tropes of mistaken identity, a little 3 cards Monty with key items, things of this nature. Like we learn Anthony wants to marry Snaps' daughter, but he wants to make sure that he can provide a good life for her. So he strong arms Stallone into giving him a raise.
Because he works for him.
Come to find out, though, that then the daughter isn't actually Stallone's daughter, but is instead some other woman who claimed to be Stallone's character's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Angelo, now having the raise, is also the bookkeeper and has also been stealing money.
Writing off the books, so to speak.
Then we meet Snaps' actual daughter, played by Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Atrocious.
It was an interesting take of the character.
I think it's the only take of the character.
Well, if there had been a play, I mean.
Right, but if she's written as whiny, temper tantrum throwing child, but she's also like 20.
He's like, yeah, how old is she supposed to be?
Like 18.
Yeah, because he mentions that once you turn 18, because that's when she goes to goes to talk to Dr. Poole.
Yeah.
You know, once you turn 18, then we can get married. And like,
Okay, so
ugh.
she's 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Are you all right?
No.
But we learned she's a spoiled brat who dreams of life away from the house.
Does he keep her locked in that room all the time?
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, to be fair though, if you're in a crime and you're a mob boss and you have a kid, the last thing you want is for your
No, I'm pretty sure that's
rivals.
just normal Italian parenting.
Oh.
I would think you'd be safer if you were a mob boss. Like, nobody's going to fuck with you.
That's true.
I'd be like, of course you can go on a date. And Tony's going with you.
Yeah.
And then it's, oh, Tevis, you're here to go on a date with my daughter. Lovely. Just so you know, this is Tony. He will be chaperoning. And then there's just going to be a lumbering hitman in the background.
Absolutely.
You know who's going to keep his hands to himself? Tevis.
Unless it was the hitman Connie, who's a bumbling idiot.
Oh, that's right. He turned his hitmen into butlers, basically.
To be fair, they weren't all hitmen. They were just his boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, the mob boss has his inner circle. Well, now that he's going clean, his inner circle's now just become like his butler staff. And I'm like, that seems fairly demeaning, does it not?
Tad bit.
Yeah, but he also snaps at them already, so...
You know what? They're loyal.
Well, he has to. It's his name.
Okay, which one was the main butler?
Oh, the one with the bowler hat.
And the cigar.
Yeah, the bowler hat and the cigar.
I did not write that down.
I didn't either, but I do have in my notes.
Aldo.
In my notes. This Mo Howard motherfucker.
Because he's got the accent. He's got some type of accent.
He talks like Mo from the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
At one point, he even says, why I oughta. Why I oughta.
He does, doesn't he?
Get in here, you mugs. I just went, Mo? No one loves the Three Stooges more than this guy. And I'm just watching it going, why is this guy doing a Mo Howard impression? And then as soon as he drops why I oughta, I lost my mind. I went, there it is.
That's true.
I'm surprised the other one didn't go.
He was whoa. He was close.
He was close.
Connie was super close.
Yeah.
And then the third one would have just made exaggerated faces. Poor Larry.
Oh.
So, okay, hold on. We got Anthony stealing money, wants to date the daughter, come to find out it's not the daughter because the fake daughter actually also then shows up at the house and admits what she did. She's like, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I saw your name in the paper. He comes for money, so I wanted him to think that I come for money too, so he doesn't think I'm a gold digger because I really have feelings for him. So now Stallone's like, okay, no problem. Although at some point the daughter says she's pregnant.
Well, she
based off the bad advice from the disgruntled maid.
Yeah, she said she's pregnant so she can marry her boyfriend, but we don't know who her boyfriend is yet. And so we assume that it's Anthony, but then come to find out that it's not Anthony. And Tevis is making a weird
face. His face is twitching. It's like 15 episodes of Three's Company all rolled into one.
It is very much.
It's slightly difficult to keep everything straight.
Yeah, I had a very hard time with all of it.
Goddamn, where was I? So
he tells Anthony to take a walk. This is how.
Yeah, so he can get things straight. Yeah, but while Anthony's walking, that's when the other girl comes in. So Stallone thinks his daughter is pregnant.
Yes.
Then the fake daughter shows up. So, okay. The boyfriend is not Anthony, but he still has a real pregnant daughter to deal with, even though she's not really pregnant. So he's got to find her a husband. So now he's trying to break up Anthony and fake daughter
Mm-hmm.
to get Anthony with his real daughter so that the real daughter will have a husband and the baby will have a father. Then we find out there's money being stolen. Then the maid joins a rival mob boss's, like she quits Snaps and joins him as the maid because he treats her like garbage. My eyes are crossing.
Okay.
I can't keep it straight.
The maid quits her job to marry
Stallone's
that's right. rival's son, who was supposed to be marrying his daughter. But that's no longer going to work. So now he has to find her a husband because he thinks she's pregnant. And so he tries to set her up with Anthony, but they hate each other.
My hearing must not be 2020. What did you just say?
No, I'm with her. I'm with her. Okay, right. But then what happens? Okay. Wait a minute. God, this movie.
Stroke.
I need a pie chart of some sort. I need a graph. Actually, what I need is a cork board with a bunch of pictures with the red string. It's simple. It all makes sense when you see the lines and how it connects. Woo! What is the factor that separates Anthony from the daughter? What splits them?
The fact I think. Oh, you mean the fake daughter?
Wait, the real daughter?
The real daughter or the fake daughter?
Real daughter.
The real daughter believed that she was marrying her boyfriend, and she comes downstairs and she sees Anthony, and she's like, "You're not my boyfriend." And he's like, "I'm not happy about this either," because basically Stallone blackmailed him into marrying his daughter.
Right.
And so they both like talk, and they tried.
It wasn't blackmail; it was extortion, but that's a separate issue.
Sorry, it was extortion. And so they basically get pushed out into like the garden area to get to know one another.
The atrium.
Yeah, the atrium.
Because Stallone's character is learning words of the day. And I believe one was atrium.
Yes. Correct.
Tevis, you doing all right? You didn't watch this at all, did you?
I see stars. I think I may have had too much coffee.
So they talk and they come up with a plan, or try to come up with a plan to not marry each other because they hate the situation that they're in.
Doesn't he suggest Dr. Poole?
Yeah, because Dr. Poole comes in because Stallone is learning how to get rid of his accent, basically, or say words correctly.
Because he wants to speak like a banker.
Yeah.
Not like a gangster.
Right. So he has like a linguistic professor come in and like teach him.
Dr. Poole.
Dr. Poole, who is played by Tim Curry.
Who could be anywhere from 19 to 56.
Right. And so Anthony goes in there and he sees Dr. Poole, and then he convinces that Stallone's daughter is in love with him, even though I'm pretty sure she doesn't know that he's saying that. But are we all caught up now?
No, you lost me at the very end.
Okay.
And I don't think my question got answered.
What is your question?
I don't care anymore. We're moving on.
That's what we're here for.
Then Stallone's tailors show up to make him they got his suit ready, so they're getting the final fit on it, so he looks crisp and clean for his meeting with the bankers. And then while all of this shit in the house is going down, we learn that a rival gang is keeping tabs on him because he's up to something. But then we also learn that the police are staking out his house because he's been quiet for a while. He's obviously up to something.
Right.
So now the house is being watched by the police and rival mobsters. And they're seeing Anthony come and go a bunch of times.
Right.
So we learn Anthony has been stealing, and he has invested the money because he can't trust the banks. So he had it converted into precious stones for reasons. So he carries around
he can give it to his girlfriend.
He carries around a bag of jewels like a Russian czar.
Of course.
Oh, and Stallone had him sign a contract that he would get the jewels.
Yes, that was the extortion we mentioned earlier.
That was the extortion. And so Stallone has a bag of jewels, and conveniently the maid has a bag looking exactly like the bag of jewels.
Full of underwear.
He places it right next
to the bag of jewels.
Right.
So then when she finally tells Stallone to go fuck himself, she grabs the wrong bag and leaves. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Yes.
A lot of this movie could have been punctuated with, oh, SpaghettiOs.
A lot of this movie could have been fixed if they just look in the bag.
Also, I have been handed $50,000 worth of precious stones. The bag is not leaving my hand.
And I believe it might be a little bit heavier than a bag of underwear.
Yeah.
You think, you know what? I thought that too. You think you'd notice?
Just a tad.
If it's full
Unless it's dirty underwear. I don't know.
I don't know. That maid was probably not the cleanest. How do you think she won over what's-his-face? See, she can do this thing with her. Never mind.
With ping pong balls?
We'll talk about it when Sarah's gone.
Whoa!
Talk about when Sarah's gone.
Yeah, she's really good at the beer pong. God, you dirty-minded asshole.
We meet the bankers. Did you notice who one of the bankers was?
William Atherton.
William Atherton.
Did you notice who the tailor was?
I don't know his name. The lawyer from Jurassic Park.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Also, did you notice who the other tailor was?
I did, but I couldn't.
Harry Shearer.
Who? Harry Shearer?
Yeah.
That sounds like a porn guy name.
No, I know him, but he did a bunch of voices in The Simpsons, but he's done a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yes. Okay. Now I know who you're talking about.
I think he had a part in Spinal Tap, did he not?
That I have no idea.
It's been so long since I've seen Spinal Tap, but anyway, this movie does have quite a few background people where you're like, is that son of a bitch?
Yeah.
So, God, no one wants to talk about this movie, and it's really hard to talk about.
It's just there's so many people coming and going, and that doorbell rings all the goddamn time.
A lot of jokes and
funny.
Gags
they're funny though.
Mm-hmm.
No,
like when they broke out into musical interlude on the piano. But then Anthony thought the Taylors were hitmen because Stallone told him they were assassins.
Right.
The Finucci brothers. Talking about this movie has made my mind glaze over like it did watching this movie. There's almost too much going on.
Oh, there's way too much going on.
Both in the grand scheme of things of trying to keep all these different really menial threads in order. So you to make sense. It's not like this movie's difficult to follow, but you just reach a point where you're like, oh my God, we're doing this again. They make the bag switch of precious jewels to underwear four times.
Well, there was also another bag. Wasn't there 3 bags actually?
There was a third bag at one point.
Underwear, jewels, and money.
Yeah, like actual
money.
There
was just cash.
Because we come to find out that Anthony
stole more
money.
He stole more.
And then he gives it back, but in the form of money.
But
I think
he's like, I want to buy this
jewels
bag of jewels with the money that I used to get the money that I stole from you.
Yes.
So there's cash, jewels, and underwear.
So yeah, at one point Anthony's like, I stole $50,000, converted it to precious gems. Here's that bag. Then later in the movie, he's like, I've grown really attached to those jewels, like some kind of weird hoarder,
because it reminds him of Teresa.
Jerk off.
No, her name was Teresa.
Who broke up with him because she thought he was more about the money.
Because he was.
Yeah, because he kind of was.
But then he's like, so here's the thing. I'm going to buy them back. And Stallone's like, oh, really? How are you going to buy $50,000 worth? Well, I actually stole $100,000 from you. So I have the other $50,000 here in cash. I'm prepared to give you $50,000 in exchange for the 50. And Stallone, in the movie, Angelo Snaps says, he's like, you're going to give me my own stolen money back so that I give you money you stole from me.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
And he rolls with it. Although he did reach a point where he was fed up and tried to pull a gun on him, but it was like a chicken leg or some shit.
Yeah.
Yes, because he disarmed Connie.
Let's talk about the disarming Connie scene.
Oh.
There's so many, though.
No,
more than
the real one.
Where he's in the bedroom with the daughter.
So throughout the movie, his boys hold guns at different moments in time. Because, they're gangsters.
Yeah.
And then, Provolone, it's like, we don't do this anymore. Give me your gun. And he takes it from him. And again, it's real Three Stooges-esque. But then Connie at one point, so Connie is disarmed. Then there's a scream from the real daughter's bedroom. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't either.
I went into some kind of strange comatose-like state, and I have shockingly little notes, and I'm regretting it, but I couldn't help myself. This movie did weird things to me, man. It did weird things to me.
I don't have her name either.
Marissa Tomei's character. Anyway, there's a scream. Connie runs. Then he has another gun.
Yeah.
And that's when Provolone's like, where did you get that? Oh, it's my other gun. Hand it over. What else you got? He pulls out multiple guns, a couple of knives, like
a slingshot,
multiple sticks of dynamite taped together with a timer on it.
Cartoony.
There was a flail. He had a legitimate stick with the chain and the ball. He had a flail or mace. Yeah, he had the blackjack. And
he just kept on reaching into his suit pocket and pulling it out.
Yeah,
it was very cartoony.
It reminded me this scene should have been in Airplane or Naked Gun.
Yes. But it would have been done better had it been an Airplane or Naked Gun.
It didn't fit this movie.
No.
I wish they would have embraced that.
Gone full slapstick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they do it a couple of times.
They do it multiple times.
Well, with the slapstick part.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have embraced that totally. I think that would have made it a whole lot better.
Yeah.
What's he say? Stallone. It's like disarming Germany.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
But see, well, we'll get there. This movie did have a few lines. I'm like, that was witty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Those are few and far between. We meet Dr. Poole.
I have two.
We meet Dr. Poole, like you guys said. He's helping Provolone speak well.
Why did you say
speak well? I don't know.
Provolone.
I feel like speak well would be like someone's doing a spoof of James Bond, and a character's name would be Speakwell.
I see that.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
You'd have to know more about James Bond for that to make sense.
It's Bond. James Bond.
His name's
James Bond, eh?
James Bond.
Man, look at the vein. Look at the vein. I can see it.
He's going to bite off his tongue.
I don't know if you're talking about the vein in my neck or my forehead.
Yep.
They're both very prominent right now.
I can feel the aneurysm
pulsing.
forming.
Look at him. You could
You should check his heart rate right now. My gosh.
Oh, I'd break the machine. It would look like one of those little computers they would use to detect earthquakes. The needle would just be freaking out on the page. Is anyone else getting dizzy? God,
but that's from all the Maxwell House I've been ingesting.
Have our lights always been so bright in here? So, what we learn, Dr. Poole has a smothering mother. But he travels a lot with his job. He loves what he does. He loves seeing the world and talking to people and learning different dialects and that sort of thing. He's eventually introduced to Marissa Tomei's character.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have a lot in common, despite the fact that it is said that she is 17. And at one point, I don't remember if it was Marissa Tomei's character or someone else makes the comment, well, Dr. Poole, she's old enough to be her, he's old enough to be her father. Like, they make a comment that he is not 17.
Yeah.
Like, at least Angelo, he's not 17, but he's like
Anthony.
Anthony, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anthony's like 20. It's not a huge age gap.
Yeah.
But no, someone makes the comment like Dr. Poole's old enough to be her dad.
Yeah.
Age is just a number.
Not
when one of them is 17.
That's true, yeah. Wait till they're legal age.
But before that, Stallone tries to convince Dr. Poole to marry his daughter through
and it works.
Monetary value. Well, no, it doesn't technically work because he opens the bag full of underwear and he's like, look at all these jewels, your dreams will come true. And he shakes the bag and underwear falls out.
See, the bag has switched hands so many times, nobody knows who has whose bag. So, in a desperate final Hail Mary pass to get his pregnant daughter married, although she's not actually pregnant, they're going to go with Dr. Poole. So, Angelo, right?
Angelo is Stallone.
Yes.
Yes.
Snaps. Angelo is like, I have $50,000 for you. You can fund your own linguistics school, do whatever you want. You just have to marry my daughter. And he's like, okay, that sounds fine. Dr. Poole's like, I get money and sex with a minor. No, I'm kidding. I'm kind of kidding. But he's like, just feast your eyes on this. And he goes to dump all the jewels out. And then it's just a bunch of unfolded, dirty looking women's underwear. Now, they do this joke twice.
Yeah.
It didn't really work the first time. It didn't really work the second time at face value, but Tim Curry sells the joke the second time to me.
Yeah, he does.
Because now he clearly thinks that Stallone is crazy, and he's like, oh, yes.
Yeah, he like picks
all
up
the money, and he like picks up some pantyhose. There's a nice crisp 20. Oh, yes. Oh, and here's some more money as he's like fondling all of this random lady's underwear like a perv.
It's because at that point he actually does like Stallone's daughter, and so he's like, you know what, I actually do want to marry her. And so instead of like,
but he also thinks Stallone is insane.
Oh yeah, but he's just kind of
as he's just
pretending along.
Yeah, as he's like, oh yes, all this money. Here's some money. Oh look,
pantyhose.
A bra or whatever. Here's a nice 20. I'll just hold on to this.
What does Stallone say? He says something. He's like, "Don't patronize me" or something.
Tim Curry does what Tim Curry does.
Yeah,
he
carries
movies. He did it with Clue. Every scene he's in with this, he is the main attraction.
I agree with you on that point, but he doesn't carry this movie because he's not in it enough to carry it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the person who's supposed to be carrying it is Stallone. And between his writing ability or his acting ability, the writing of this movie, and its directing, he doesn't pull it off.
Yeah, and that's we're not there yet.
And we're not final thoughts, but am I wrong? Because you guys are pro Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
I infamously am not.
Mm-hmm.
Infamously ain't. Stallone can't do this role or this type of role, can he? He's not funny. He doesn't have that comedic timing or presence. This is not a Stallone role, and I'm not even trying to bag on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not trying, but let's look at it honestly. For all the things that he can do, whether you like him or not, this is not in his wheelhouse, is it?
Is this the movie he did after Rocky?
No.
Okay.
After Rocky 4, no, because this movie was released during his string of turds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is 91.
Okay.
Yeah, because his movies after Rocky 4 were, and there's some in here I love, but they're kind of turds. There's Cobra, Over the Top, Rambo 3, Lock Up, Tango and Cash, Rocky 5, gag, Oscar, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Oh, God.
Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, The Specialist, Judge Dredd, Assassins, and Daylight.
Wow.
So he had that small little idea that he could be a comedian.
Yeah.
And no, Arnold did it with transitioning from action movies to comedy with Twins back in 88.
Oh, yeah.
So I think...
And like Kindergarten Cop's a classic.
Yeah.
You know what? I watched that recently, and I was like, God, you know what? I surprisingly enjoyed Kindergarten Cop.
So I think their rivalry was so hot back then that Stallone saw Arnold doing comedy, and he's like, I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Stallone wishes he was in Jingle All the Way.
I think it was
Junior. That's where Arnold gets pregnant.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It doesn't sound good.
Wait,
Oscar is better than Junior.
Are you insinuating that Jingle All the Way isn't good?
No, I'm not insinuating shit. I'm saying Jingle All the Way is not good.
But okay, back to the original question though. This is not in Stallone's, this kind of role, this kind of movie is not in his wheelhouse.
I think if he had like dipped his toe in it instead of like jumping into the 12-foot deep end, it would have been better. But he went like he went from like his roles as like action-y type figures right into comedy, like with no transition whatsoever, and he just doesn't have the experience for that kind of role. So yeah, I think that's why it kind of falls flat.
Like, I love Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
but like Jim Carrey, and again, I think as an actor and acting ability, Jim Carrey is so much better than Stallone.
Oh yeah.
But that
No
doesn't mean
contest.
Jim Carrey could be the next Rambo.
No.
Right? He
Yeah,
couldn't
no.
do a Terminator movie. It wouldn't, or
It wouldn't make sense.
not in the roles where he couldn't be the Terminator.
Right.
That's ridiculous. He couldn't be Rambo. There are certain things where it's not in this actor or actress's wheelhouse, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Right.
But Stallone can't do this.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. And also, too, some of it has to go to John Landis's direction.
Oh, well, Razzie nominated worst director. Oh, yeah, but the direction and the writing and all, that is what it is, right? But I'm just looking at Stallone's performance because, you got to do things a certain way, say things, you have to follow your director, do what they want to do. But you can just tell the way he holds himself, the way he carries himself, and especially with this style of comedy, this vaudeville humor.
Yeah.
I love vaudeville. I love it so much, which is why, as we were watching it, I would just say the punchlines to all the jokes because I know them. Because this movie doesn't tell jokes. It's regurgitating classics. That's what this movie does. It doesn't hit you with anything new or a fun new spin on anything. It's just we're going to cram it as full as we can with classic vaudevillian humor. Except it's tired and it's poorly done. This is like, I don't know. Watching this made me want to watch The Three Stooges because it's the same kind of humor, but the Stooges know how to do it. No one in this movie knows how to do vaudeville humor. And to Tevis' point earlier, it's because they don't go all the way with it.
Yeah.
This vaudeville kind of humor, it's loud, it's slapsticky, it's bombastic, and you have to commit. You have to go full ridiculous or it doesn't work. Otherwise, you just go, that was weird.
I find myself doing that a lot.
Like, vaudeville humor is predicated on reaching a level of absurdity. And if you don't reach that level, you don't actually get the punchline.
Like pulling a ticking time bomb out of your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a joke in classic theater vaudeville that I love. And I'm going to explain it. And it's going to be really dumb. And I can't even explain why I love it so much. It's so absurd. But on the stage, you have your different acts going, right? And you've got your jokes, and sometimes the jokes in a vaudeville show, the joke is that the act doesn't have a joke, but there are jokes going on behind them. And so you might have someone who can really sing and they're doing a legitimate performance, but then the vaudeville is going on around them. And the humor is they're ignoring it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So as the show's going on, a stagehand or somebody will walk across the back of the stage in full view, but walk across the stage carrying a very small potted plant. And then later in the show, they walk back across the stage to the other direction, and now it's a larger potted plant.
Yeah.
And then they'll walk back across the stage, and they've got a big drum pot and like a full shrub in it, right? And then at some point they walk back across the stage, and now it's a tree of some sort. But every time they walk, it's like it's the same pot, like it'll be the same color pot.
Yeah.
But for some inexplicable reason, the plant is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But if he just walks by and you're like, just some asshole with a plant, and then he walks back by and you're like, oh, he walking back by with a slightly larger plant. That's it.
Yeah.
The joke is you push it to absurdity. At some point, he comes across the stage
pushing and shoving
like
potted plant.
either having a Christmas tree on a dolly or wrestling a palm tree. You have to reach a level of absurdity. This movie, and I love that joke, by the way, and someone needs to do that because it's hilarious. This movie doesn't go all the way. They stop at like the second or third pass.
Yeah.
And the jokes fall flat because they don't push it to the level you're supposed to push it. You know the expression, get the hook? Where a performance is so bad they have to get the hook and drag them off stage, right? Yeah. Not only was that a real thing, but it became a joke in vaudeville where you would have an act that's so bad you get the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And so during a show, you would have someone go out there with a really bad act. But it's all part of the show. That's not like they suck. You're not making fun of them. They're purposefully, like it might be a really hacky magician, and you'd get the hook and drag them off stage. And then later in the show, they would like, someone's coming out to do whatever, and he'd like push them down or pretend to be them. But it's clearly the same guy now trying to sing or now trying to dance or trying to do something else. And they would get the hook and he would duck it, dodge it, dip, dive, duck, dodge, jump, whatever, right? And then they would get an even larger hook. And, and then he comes out later on. He sneaks on in the background of a show, of a skit that's going on. And then they get this massive Acme industrial hook, that sweeps the entire stage clean. They're so desperate to get him off stage.
I love
They
that.
take everyone because that's what vaudeville is. You reach a level where it's so incredibly ridiculous, you can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't go there. And because it doesn't go there, it's not funny. Right. And then the couple of times it does go there, like Disarming Connie, it's like Disarming Germany, that actually was a funny moment, but it felt out of place because that was one of the few jokes that went to the level it was supposed to.
Yeah. Okay.
Very well put.
Very well put.
I love vaudeville humor, and that's all this is, and it makes me angry that it's so bad.
So, are we going to talk about the ending now?
Feel free.
I feel like we're...
Well, I'm going to drink some water as I explain vaudeville. Sarah, you explain the ending.
Okay.
Actually, Tevis, you've been suspiciously quiet for someone who claims to have watched this movie. Why doesn't Tevis explain the ending?
Oh, Tevis, I'd love to hear how you explain the ending.
So the ending, Stallone and Kurt Russell get into this amazing monster truck.
Oh my gosh.
And they take on Twisted Metal style an army of ratched up cars and trucks.
I think you watched the wrong YouTube video.
I think you're right. Okay, so I finished this movie after I got back from St. Louis. So I kind of got the last part of this last night. I finished it last night. To say I put this off.
You were teasing me the other day when we did our recording.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't recall.
Oh, now I can't remember what it was.
The Crazies?
The Crazies. Because I had an expectation of what it was going to be.
He was watching it on his phone as he walked in the door.
That's right. I had to finish it. But you had made the comment, you were working, huh? Because, to make myself watch The Crazies, based on the anticipation I had for what I thought it was going to be, I was like, this is not going to be a fun watch. This is I'm working tonight. Right.
Oh.
Would you say Oscar was that you had to punch in?
I had to punch in and pry my eyes open with tweezers.
There you go.
Toothpicks.
Who's prying
pliers.
with tweezers?
Just clip it and just flip up.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever works. The old clip and flip.
Yeah.
I think I watched a movie on that. It was German.
Oh, no. Wrong movie.
Oh. No, it was definitely the right movie.
So the ending of this movie reminded me a lot of the ending of Clue when the cops come in.
Oh, yeah.
And they try to arrest Snaps and...
Who?
Well, okay.
Angelone.
Oh, okay.
There you go. But then it's all bumbling and fumbling, and then the drive-by was about to happen, and Ugh.
So Angelos has his
Angelos.
Angelos. If he were a
Gosh.
40K space marine, he would be Angelos. Brother Angelos, the heretics are amassing. Purge them with the Emperor's flame.
I get the feeling that Jacob doesn't want to talk about this movie anymore.
Me too.
Are we talking about Warhammer?
So Angelo finally has his meeting with the bankers, and they're all very unsure about him because he's a monster. Basically, they want his money, but they don't want to put him on the board, and so he feels very slighted about that.
William Atherton, man. He plays the same character in
does.
every movie. He's just this little weasel wiener guy.
And so, but since the bankers came in, the policemen are like, "Oh my gosh, look at all these people coming into Angelo's house. They're probably doing something suspicious, and we got him now. We got him now. We got him now." And
Do they have him now?
So they all rush in.
They have him now.
They all rush in, and they're like, "We know what you're doing. And we know who all these people are," even though they're all bankers. And I feel like the policemen should know that
Why would they know that?
because they're on the board. I don't know.
How many board of the director? Like, we have a number of banks in town. Do you know their board of directors?
No.
Well, they're the police. They should at least have better evidence than just, we're
American.
I know.
Our police don't use evidence. That's why they kill at crime scenes. There's no trial.
Point.
So anyway, they all rush in and they start accusing Angelo of crime.
Making up different names for each different banker. Like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. Because they're like, oh, this guy must be,
so and so.
Yeah.
And
Joey 2 times.
the Frisco Kid, he's killed 17 people. I never. Pearl clutching.
Johnny Greaseball over here. What the hell?
Oh my gosh. They're just making
That's
up
racially
names.
insensitive. You can't call Italians greaseball.
I was calling the bankers. William Atherton.
That's true. The bankers were not Italian.
No.
Or as some may put it, Italian.
Italian. It's my favorite dressing.
And because they've been
I hate that joke.
What?
Can I get through this?
Yes, please.
No. Go ahead, Johnny Greaseball.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Take 2.
So, since the policemen have been watching Angelo's house all day, they know very much about like the little black bag that's supposedly been coming in and out of the house all day. And so they're like, "Go get the bag. Go find the bag. We have evidence in the bag," even though they literally don't know what's in the bag. And so they go get the bag.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag, Tevis?
What's in the bag?
What happens when they open the bag and shake it out?
When Paltrow's head falls out.
Oh, I forgot. The cops in front of the newspaper guys, in front of the banker, in front of everybody. Get the bag,
Waldo Rivera.
dump it out, and it's the women's underwear.
And it's the women's underwear because the guy with the bowler hat who opens the door,
Aldo.
Aldo, has been doing the bag switching all day, even though he's the same person and should have known.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's pause there. This bag joke doesn't work because a couple of times it's different people making the switch, but several times it's Aldo making the switch.
Mm-hmm.
Aldo should know what bag is what.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should know that the maid came and picked up her bag.
Yeah.
And dropped off a different bag.
And then he gave that bag to the driver, but he should know that.
Yeah, who was here to pick up the maid's bag.
So
right,
now,
but the maid already picked up her bag, so he should have.
which he was present for.
Which he was present for.
Now the big joke that runs throughout the whole movie doesn't work. It was told wrong
Mm-hmm.
because they just had Aldo do half of it. But Aldo should go, "No, that's not your bag. I'll kill you."
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
And the henchman who was supposed to be watching the bag with Jules
Connie?
Connie. He was instead watching Dr. Poole and the daughter
Lovingly crying.
He was appreciating their true love.
He was spying on them.
Yeah, because it was his boss's daughter with some old creep.
That's fair. But then he was crying about their love.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, it was so genuine.
So
I'm sorry you guys are too heartless and jaded to appreciate true love. How
So
does it feel to just be Tevis?
I've been divorced twice. I don't know what true love is.
well,
Look into your future. Look at it.
I'm gonna be bald.
Yes. She'll have a
Yeah,
hell,
that's the only problem.
she'll have a hell of a beard.
Ah!
Oh my god.
I
I've
need to
never
leave
been more aroused.
you two alone for a minute.
Oh, we need more than a minute.
We need 2.
I'm feeling romantic.
Are we ever going to get through this movie?
No. Okay, so after that happens.
Well, her summary is horrible. Please continue.
Oh, thank you, Jacob. Well, after that happens,
Better than mine.
the other mobsters like drive by and like are gonna shoot Stallone's house, but then they crash with the police, and then the police arrest them instead.
Makes the big save.
Oh, SpaghettiOs.
And then the very end scene is Dr. Pools and What's-Her-Face's wedding. Except
It's a double wedding. Oh, we forgot one of the main twisty doos.
We did?
The
Except-
fake daughter, come to find out, the fake daughter is a real
Oh.
daughter because the new maid was a fling of Provolone's back in the day. She got pregnant, went to a convent, and had a daughter. Never told Provolone. Then the fake daughter ends up by happenstance is a real daughter. So Anthony does in fact end up marrying Provolone's daughter, and all their extortion, I think, would still be in effect.
yeah,
Because
so-
it's only worded as Angelo's daughter,
Yeah.
not what daughter.
yeah.
But then the other daughter, the real daughter, the whole time real daughter, ends up
Lisa.
marrying Dr. Poole, and yes, Lisa. And then it's a double wedding,
And then guess who shows up?
Oscar.
who had been off fighting World War One,
who was Lisa's actual boyfriend at the beginning, who she thought she was going to marry.
the
but then-
chauffeur.
Yeah, the chauffeur who had been fired and shipped off to war.
No, he quit
Oh, yeah, he quit. Okay, I thought
because
he'd been
he
fired.
no, he quit because he couldn't stand working for Provolone because he sucks
Mm-hmm.
and his wife sucks.
Yeah.
And he also couldn't stand being around the woman of his dreams, knowing they could never be together.
Right. Okay.
So he quit and then went off to the war.
And then went off to fight in the war, and then
Then
came
he comes back, coincidentally, just in time to interrupt the wedding, to which Provolone's guys definitely carry him off and murder him, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oscar
Oh,
does
yeah.
not leave that church alive, right?
No way.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
Snaps even says, like, well, I tried this going straight thing. It's not going to work.
He
For
made
a
it-
whole morning.
He made it about 4 hours.
Yeah. He tried.
He tried.
But yeah, they carry him off. And
They definitely kill him.
So this brings up my next question. The movie is called Oscar, and it's based
Mhm.
on the play.
Yeah.
And we learn, and throughout the movie, the chauffeur, the chauffeur, the chauffeur. But that's all he's ever called. We don't know the chauffeur's name is Oscar
Yeah.
until the end. He's like, I'm Oscar. And now we're all going, that's Oscar.
Yeah.
Then he's immediately carried off stage. Is this some weird translation issue from the play to the movie? What was the point of the character Oscar? Or is this another bad joke where somebody thought it'd be hilarious to be like, I'm going to write a play. It's going to be titled Oscar. And the whole movie, people are going to be like, yeah, but who's Oscar? And then there's not going to be one until the very end, and then he's going to immediately be taken off. What is this?
Well, this movie is nothing but mixed messages and missed messages. So I think the title of it is on a play with that as well.
And I don't think Oscar is just a name either. It's like the whole situation is because of Oscar. Because he didn't stay, this whole thing happened. Because if he had stayed, he would have just married Lisa. Because she claimed that she was pregnant.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have claimed she was pregnant if he had stayed.
Well, that's not true. Because she claimed that she was pregnant when Angelo came into her room and he was like,
Yeah, but Oscar was already overseas for an undetermined amount of time.
Yeah, but she didn't know that. So she thought...
She did know that. She knew Oscar had quit and Oscar had not been a chauffeur for a long time.
She didn't know that because Angelo came into her room and he said, your boyfriend is here and he wants to marry you, but he doesn't say that it was Anthony until later. So she claimed that she was pregnant in order to marry Oscar.
She knows he was gone, though.
Yeah, but she thought he came back to ask for her hand in marriage.
Right, but if he never comes back, this situation never happens.
But if he actually did come back, like Angelo said, then the situation...
But if he never left, he doesn't come back. That's what you're saying if he stayed, right? I'm saying... Never mind. You're not getting it. Oh, boy.
What do you think? Why is the play or the movie named Oscar?
Why does Oscar?
I don't know. I don't know. This bothered me so much because I kept thinking, like, where the hell is... Okay, so Stallone is Oscar. And they're like, oh, Mr. Angelone, Snappy-ayo, Provolone.
Snappy-ayo?
Snappy-ayo.
Who the hell is... Okay, so he's not Oscar.
You know, if he had said Lil Snappy-ayo, I'd have been like, SoundCloud rapper. Definitely has a multitude of stupid face tattoos.
Mumble rapper?
Yeah. Definitely going to go to prison for, like, trying to rob a gas station and murdering someone.
But no, this whole time, I'm like, where the hell is Oscar at? And then when they do the big reveal, I'm like, okay.
And then he's immediately escorted off.
Taken off. I'm like, that's dumb.
It's dumb.
It's dumb. But I do think it's a play on the miscommunication and just mixed messages of this movie. Because they do it all the time, like, well, who's Teresa? Who's Oscar? Who's, blah, blah, blah.
Anthony?
Who's Anthony?
Yeah, even Stallone's character is just like, my daughter, Lisa. No, my other daughter. You have another daughter? No. And then he storms off and everyone's going,
what
the hell?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
But again, is this just a bad joke that doesn't work? Or was there a mistranslation when converting play to screenplay?
It might have been a bit of both.
I don't know.
If you were seeing this on a stage, it feels very, like, supposed to be on a stage.
Oh, yeah, this is obviously supposed to be a play.
It's very much supposed to be.
Honestly, kind of like how Clue felt.
It exactly felt exactly like Clue to me.
The way it's filmed and everything?
The way it's filmed, the way they're running all over the house. They never really leave that house.
And this kind of gag kind of only works in a play because it's so theatrical. I don't know. I feel like it's just when you put a play in a movie, it doesn't have the same... I don't know what happens, but it doesn't...
There's a mistranslation.
Yeah, there's a mistranslation.
I'd agree with that.
All right. I don't want to dwell on this anymore. So, Tevis, final thoughts, sir.
Oscar sucks.
We know the guy sucks. What did you think of the movie?
The movie was fine. No. I was worried going into this so much that I split this movie up in... Took me like 4 days to watch it.
See, can we pause here? Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
You do this all the time, and I don't know why. If it's a movie you don't enjoy, you always come in like, man, I had to stop it. I came back 6 days later. I watched it some more. I paused it. I forgot it existed. I remembered, we have to watch it. I still watched it. It took me 3 or 4 more times to finish it. Just watch the movie.
Because I want to pay attention. I want to take some notes. But there's a point to some of these where I get to about halfway through it, and I'm like, oh, God, no. I just quit doing everything. So I watched about half of this. I said, hell with it. I shut it off. I went to St. Louis for a couple of days and thought about never coming back.
Oh, my gosh.
And then I came back and finished it.
Why are you holding eye contact while you eat a donut? Oh, my gosh. What did I just witness?
I don't know. He's got a sprinkle hanging off of his bottom lip.
I bet you really want to get that, don't you, Tevis?
It's like a cigarette from Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters. just hanging there.
I'm gonna choke.
Oh,
I'm never gonna die. I'm never gonna die.
oh.
Like Dan Aykroyd.
Didn't catch that. What did you say?
In Ghostbusters, Dan Aykroyd has that cigarette that's dangling.
I pictured it immediately when you said
it. Oh, okay.
Worth it?
My opinion of Oscar. I wish they would have went full slapstick like they did in a couple of scenes, the one with the disarming. The jokes aren't funny. They do this thing all the time where they're like, "Hey, boss," and he's like, "Stop calling me boss."
Sorry, boss.
Sorry, boss. They do that so many times.
Oh, it's like 6 times.
Yeah, it wasn't really funny the first time, and it got old super quick. There was one line that I actually did kind of enjoy where he says something about, "How did this guy die?" It said someone stepped on his fingers. And they're like, "That killed him?" Well, yeah, he was hanging off of a ledge of a building at the time. I got a little chuckle out of that.
Yeah.
But that was really it. That one and the disarming Germany line, really the only time I even really cracked a smile. Stallone's timing is not there. He's not funny at all. This movie felt like I was watching an extended cut of Clue. And
the Peter Jackson director's cut.
Peter Jackson, yes, exactly. There's too many characters. I mean, my God, you got Provolone, you got the daughter, you have Provolone's 2 goons.
3 goons.
You have the Taylors, you have the wife, the husband-to-be who thinks he's marrying the daughter, but there's the fake daughter, and then you have Dr. Poole, and then the police, and Nora, the ex-maid, and then you have the priest, and then the bankers, and did I mention the police?
Yeah.
Then you have the stuttering informant that I completely forgot about when I watched the movie
Oh my
4
God.
days prior, and he shows up after I watched it again.
Yeah,
Who
that's
played him? He
true.
looked familiar too.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't.
And then you have the hitman, and then finally Oscar. And there's way too much going on. The story felt dragged down by trying to follow all of this.
All the threads.
All the threads.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not worth the ticket price. Are you looking up that actor's name?
I am. Don't mind me.
Okay. So, what's your final thoughts on the film Oscar, Sir Voice?
Don Amici.
Don Amici. Okay.
Don Amici.
No, that was a priest. Wasn't he
That's
the
what I
priest?
said.
No, I thought you were talking about
that's
the
right.
informant.
The informant. I got confused about who I was looking up. Hold on. Don't mind me.
We're all waiting for the voice.
It'll continue to wait till I'm ready. William Atherton played Overton. Someone really hurt themselves on that one. Forgot. Yvonne DiCarlo was Aunt Rosa. Lily Munster.
Sure.
What is it? Eddie Brecken plays 5-Spot Charlie.
Is that him?
5-Spot Charlie is the informant. I think most of us would know him as the old man toy store owner from Home Alone 2.
Oh.
He gives Kevin the turtle doves.
Oh.
That's who that is.
Sure.
Okay.
Buddy Holly looking mother. All right.
I never would have put that together.
He gives Kevin turtle doves because turtle doves are a sign of friendship.
Oh.
And so he gives them 2 turtle, because turtle doves always are together, Tevis.
2 turtle
And that
doves.
what they can do. Shut up. Don't help. Stop helping. Shut up. Shut up.
I'll just stop breathing.
Thank you. It's all I ask.
Was that so hard?
You can breathe, just not in my presence. And don't make eye contact with me. I'm the voice.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. Final thoughts, Oscar. This movie sucks. Watching this movie made me genuinely want to do two things. One, I ended up watching some Three Stooges afterwards because it's the same kind of humor, but done correctly. And B, I'd actually really like to watch the play just to see what it's supposed to be. Is it what?
We should do a shit.
A showdown, but
Thank you.
but the original play or musical
Yes.
versus the movie. I would do that.
Yeah.
100% do that.
But that's on YouTube somewhere.
Probably, but you get what like now.
Yeah.
I just want to know like what is Oscar in its intended format, and then how much of it is, oh man, this just isn't very good, or wow, they screwed this up so bad.
Yeah.
Because I'm willing, the way it's laid out, the staging, some of the jokes, the running back and forth, I'm willing to bet this is a fast-paced comedy on stage.
Yeah.
I'm actually willing to bet money that the stage version is pretty good, done correctly, or at least it's probably better than this movie was. So yeah, if we can find a way to watch the play version of Oscar, I'm in. We can compare them. Again, they don't go hard enough on what this vaudeville humor is. It's like they're trying to do it, but it's like a child trying to do it, where it's like indie wrestling. Let's go down this metaphor.
Okay.
Oscar handles the humor like an indie wrestler does a match. Yeah, they're athletic. Yeah, they know a bunch of moves, but they miss the point. They don't know how to deliver the moves with emotional meaning or impact. They don't know how to make an audience care about what they're seeing. Sure, they can do it, and sure, it's impressive that they can do it, but we don't care. We're not invested in it. Oscar tells the jokes. Here, Tevis, here's a joke. Read it. Cool. They read the joke, but they don't know how to tell the joke. So it's not funny. They don't know how to deliver it. Oscar doesn't know how to deliver its humor, so it doesn't work. We're just left with a bunch of really irritating characters. And we're just sitting here going, what are we doing with our lives right now? So thanks, Kenneth. This movie is not worth the ticket price. How do I put it? It's not boring. It's just bad. Like, it's fast-paced, but there's so much going on that there's almost too much going on. For how little I care, there's too much going on. Right? For how little anyone watching this movie cares, there's too much going on. And it just doesn't work. Stallone cannot do this kind of role. He's not a comedic actor. And in this instance, I am saying it as a slight against Sylvester Stallone, because Sylvester Stallone sucks. But in all fairness, comedy's not everyone's thing. Just like not everyone can be an action star. Not everyone can be, Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs, right? And you can't, not one person can do everything. And that's okay. This was miscast top to bottom. It doesn't work. They drug poor Kirk Douglas out of bed for this. Maybe. That might have been his bed. I'm still not sure. Skip it. Move on. Sylvester Stallone is bad. This movie is bad. Kenneth is bad for suggesting it. Also, Tevis, we have done 2 listener suggestions. Rory B13 had us do Clue.
Yes. And I know they just did the same movie basically.
And then Kenneth, is Kenneth Rory B13?
Maybe.
I don't know. All right. But how do we have 2 listener requests?
Both involving John Landis.
Both involving John Landis, both essentially kind of being the same type of movie, and both not getting it.
They don't know. Yeah, I bet you. Rory is Kenneth. Kenneth is Rory.
Oh my. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
Sarah's face. She has
I have no
idea.
idea what's going on right
Your
now.
gun is digging into my hip.
Watch Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Okay.
Not when
think
nature
us-
calls.
You'll thank us later.
Pet Detective.
Uh-huh. All right.
Bumblebee tuna.
That's when nature
I know
calls.
that's the best part of nature calls.
Bumblebee tuna. Excuse me. Your balls are showing. Ugh.
I think I need to leave.
Anyway.
I think I need to go.
So, but this doesn't matter if we like the movie or not.
No, it doesn't.
That's not what this is about.
Nope. It is about Sarah's final thoughts on Oscar.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Sorry.
Oh. No.
Well, I just witnessed a
Look
very intimate
Get your lady boner away.
transaction between the two of you with you staring at Tevis while you eat a donut. I don't like this. Okay. Stop it.
What's donut love going on around here?
We're an ASMR channel.
Oh.
Put me in your ear holes, Daddy. No.
I think I might throw up.
Brought to you by Daylight Donuts.
All right, Sarah.
I also really want to see the play of this because I don't think it translates. Oh my.
What was that?
It fell.
He had to catch it before it fell to the ground.
Like I was watching the seals at fucking SeaWorld over here.
We don't support SeaWorld. They're abusive.
That's true. What was I saying?
So far, nothing.
The play.
Oh yeah, I want to see the play of this because I feel like it would be better to see on stage. But the movie itself is not worth the ticket price. I did enjoy some parts, but not enough to where I like. Yeah, no.
That's it? That's your whole rundown? I didn't even have time to finish my donut.
Should I say more? Should I say? Okay, the jokes kind of fall flat. I laughed at some of them, but yeah, not like it's not. It doesn't go one way or the other for me. I feel like they should have either like done it more slapstick, or they should have not done more. There's too many characters. There's so much going on. You can hardly keep track of everything. But yeah, to Jacob's point, there's not enough over the topness for it to succeed.
See, that's how you get reinvited. Agreeing with me.
Ah.
So, you've said it. Oscar is not worth the ticket price.
Mm-hmm.
This is Sara and Sly number 5. Where do you put Oscar?
Well, I don't know where the board is because it's on the floor. So
It's from 1 to 10.
It is from 1 to 10.
Yes, but I want to see where we put the other movies.
I don't even know if Tevis put all the movies on there.
Or did he just erase the scale?
Possibly.
I forgot a couple.
All right. So hold on. Let me try to remember. Rocky 1 and 2 were a 10. Demolition Man was a 9.
I think it was an 8.
8.
I think Demolition Man was an
Tango
8.
and Cash
Where did I put Tango and Cash?
was a
12.
3.
No, Copland was a 3.
Copland was 3. That means I thought Tango. Does that mean Tango was 9? You had an 8, 9. Your 2 10s were Rocky.
Yeah.
Copland was 3.
Yeah. Copland was not good.
If you missed Copland. All right. But no, that rating is Stallone's performance. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
How do you put this out of the 5 Stallone movies you have thus far seen?
His role in this was so different from his other roles. It was kind of jarring to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not really a slapstick comedian. So this is going to be like a 1 for me.
Wow.
This is not good for him.
Worse than Freddy?
Yeah,
Wallflower
'cause
Fred?
At least Fred, he's still acted in Copland. Like I felt like he was still his Stallone-ness in Copland, but in this, it's like he's a different or trying to be a different person, and it falls flat. It's not him at all.
And would you say Oscar is also a 1?
Like the act?
No, the movie.
Oh, the movie. The movie. I put it like a 3 or a 4.
Okay.
I don't know, because I want to give the play a chance.
Sure.
Because I feel like it would be better on a play.
So this is Stallone's worst performance thus far. Has this been the worst Stallone movie thus far?
The worst movie thus far has been Copland, but
oh shit!
Damn! Shots fired.
Shots fired, Tevis. Your opinion is wrong.
I still enjoyed Oscar, but it didn't enjoy
what?
I've been kicked in the balls with words.
Right in the sacroiliac.
God. Right in my natones. Shit.
I'm done. So, Copland is the worst overall movie, but Angelo Snaps Provolone is the worst overall performance.
Yes.
Got it.
Correct.
See, that's what we do this for. Now, Tevis.
Yes.
Break us down. What are our next 3 choices? We have no listener requests for this one, because I'm not sure we're going to take any more listener requests. Because you're all wrong. How is everyone's opinions just
Okay. First Blood.
Okay.
Cliffhanger. Or Lockup.
God. I know all of these.
Oh no. Well, I feel like Cliffhanger has a joke somewhere in there. Like it's got a cliffhanger, but it might actually have an actual cliff.
Spoilers. You've put more thought into that than the writers of the movie did.
We're doing Cliffhanger.
No, it's not a comedy.
I know.
I don't want to do Cliffhanger.
I know, based on the face that you just made when Tevis read the titles. Cliffhanger was the one that
Cliffhanger.
really
all right.
stood out to you.
Does it change your opinion if I say it's got John Lithgow?
No.
I'll give you $10 if you tell me who John Lithgow is.
I have no idea who John Lithgow is.
You owe me $10. Speaking of giving you money. So tune in next month as we do Sara and Sly 6 Cliffhanger. Tevis. I've spoken to Sara about this and her husband.
No.
I have offered them.
No. This is not happening.
$5,000.
This is not happening.
In whatever form they want to accept it.
Jules.
Underwear. A bag of underwear.
However they want to take it. If they give their child, regardless of gender, the middle name Tevis.
Why?
I don't know. This was a proposition that he made me.
No.
No,
Yes,
I am
no.
not. It's not happening.
$5,000.
I am telling you right now, this will never happen.
You don't want to
Ever.
scar the poor child.
That's why it's middle name. No one uses middle names.
Still, you'll scar the poor child.
He also said he would give us $6,000 if it was a boy, and we named it Terrence Tevis.
Terrence Tevis.
Terrible. Horrible.
Terrence Tevis last name.
Terrible.
Terrible.
No.
Terrence Tevis last name. Think about it. It flows.
Terrence Tevis.
I love it. Now you've talked me into it.
Would it be Tevis or would it be Tavi?
Evase.
I'm getting too French with it.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's not under Paris. It's Oscar. Damn. I'm just saying we can get the man's opinion.
No.
Don't do it.
Yeah. See, there it is.
Fine.
Travis, shut up. No one cares what you think. No one's ever cared about your opinion.
$5,000 is nowhere near enough.
Well,
I am also not pregnant, so.
I didn't say you were.
Yeah, but we're insinuating it if we're talking
I'm insinuating that at some point there will be a child, And for $5,000, that child's middle name will be Tevis.
No, it will not. Not for any amount of money.
We will see. You know what? Your handwriting's probably not that hard to copy. I've seen your D&D notebook.
Pathfinder.
You're probably gonna be trying to fill out the birth certificate and end up doodling a face on it.
Is there something wrong with that? Tevis doodles. Don't
No.
you, Tevis?
Tevis is an artiste and he draws. He doesn't sketch. Oh, and now I'm trying to find. I thought he had a picture around here of some printouts that will be on sale soon.
Ooh.
Anxiety art.
I'm reading.
He just gave me a really unenthusiastic thumbs up as we plug his art.
Are you excited, Tevis?
I'm so excited.
You
building this website has been the greatest thrill of my entire
just
life.
hire someone to do it.
No, that costs money.
I mean, we got someone to do mine. It wasn't that expensive.
I can do it myself.
Okay.
You spent the last of the petty cash on Daylight Donuts.
They're not
great.
Sponsored.
Not yet.
It would taste great with Maxwell House coffee.
Absolutely.
We're not
Get
sponsored.
to the last straw. This has been Oscar.
I've given up. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, especially if you are interested in being a paying sponsor. I'm Jake, that's Tevis. Over in the guest chair is Sarah. This was Sara and Sly. Number 5, Oscar. Stay tuned next month as we do Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
And my animosity towards Sarah increases ever so. Until then, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Good night.